explore the class after the session. Anybody has any questions from the previous classes? Yesterday we have discussed about SDLC and we discussed some part about the design. Software design document we have discussed. And today's date is March 26th. And we will continue with manual testing today. As all of you are aware that we have manual testing classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday only. Weekends we have the automation classes for QTP. Okay, let us continue with yesterday's topic. Yesterday we have discussed that, during integration testing, we tested 600 test cases. Sorry, we have tested 1000 test cases on build 2. Originally we got build 1. Build 1 we have rejected because sanity testing was failed. Because sanity testing was failed, we rejected the build and we got the build 2. On build 2, again we performed the sanity testing, and because all 10 test cases are passed, we accepted that build for further testing. Out of 10, all 10 test cases are passed. Then we started the execution of 1000 integration test cases. Now here 1000 integration test cases tested, and out of 1000, 600 are passed and 400 are failed. Oh, it's the expected behavior. If it is a brand new development, we can see that majority of these test cases may fail. No, here 40% test cases are failed. One second, guys. One moment. Okay, some of the people are not able to log in because late entries, late. If you try to join after 8:45, sorry, I may not be able to help you to join into the class. Please try to log in at least 15 minutes prior to the class. Because some people are not able to join, it's difficult to help them now. Please try to join by 8:30. 8:30 itself I start the class. Keep it in on condition. If you join by 8:30, that's so nice. So 600 test cases are passed and 400 are failed. We have reported 400 defects. Then what happened? Because the defects are fixed, we will get build 3. Build 3 means build 3 is released for testing purpose. So here 600 test cases are passed, 400 are failed. Could you tell me how many test cases we need to retest now? One question to first timers. First timers, please answer me. How many test cases we need to retest? Why we are retesting? Because 400 are failed here, right? So how many? Definitely we have to test all the 400, no doubt. No, we have to test failed 400 test cases. Failed 400 test cases we need to test, no doubt. Or failed 400 test cases plus impacted test cases. What is meant by impacted test cases? Let us see this one. Are all 1000 test cases. Any one of them will be adapted. Or that it depends on the situation. Your lead will tell you what are, sorry, here why this is, okay. Your lead will tell you how many test cases you need to how many test cases you need to retest. Okay, let me to open one document here. 1 second. So, what about others? I think all of you are able to hear, right? Except Jigna. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, I need to send one message to Jigna. 1 second. What is, I have to open one document called impact analysis. 1 second. I am opening a document called impact analysis. Okay. I don't want to confuse you here by showing all the things. Okay. Please try to understand this here for a moment. Please try to understand this here, whatever it is here. For example, in the first round, you tested these test cases. Registration test case in previous build it was passed, login was passed, add to cart test case, cancel cart, print order, view order, orders report, logout. So many test cases are passed except the modify cart. Assume like this. Modify cart was failed when I tested last time. Because it is failed, I have opened a bug, developers fixed the bug. Development team fixed this issue. Okay? Development team fixed this issue. So in the next build, I need to test definitely this one. Modify cart, definitely I need to test. Modify cart must be tested. But these three test cases are sharing the common code. Here we have the three test cases. These three test cases are sharing the common code. So that means other two test cases are impacted because of this original problem. Original problem with modify cart. Originally modify cart was the problematic test case. But developers fixed this issue so that code impacted other areas also. So here impacted, some of the test cases are impacted here. So what test cases are impacted? Add to cart and cancel cart. So when this bug is fixed, not only modify cart, I need to test add to cart and cancel cart also. So I need to identify what test cases are impacted. If something is impacted, I need to say that yes, impacted, yes, I need to mark it like this. So who will be doing this one? As a tester, I need to do this with the help of development team. Definitely development team will help me in identifying what are all impacted because of this code modification. What are all impacted? We have to see. Print order is not impacted. My developers told me that it is not impacted. Mamta is saying print order also get impacted. Maybe I don't know. I need to see, developer need to see the code and tell me. So as per impact analysis, no, it is not impacted. So I need not to retest print order. So one test case is failed, and two test cases are impacted. Two test cases are impacted. So total I need to test 3, not just 1. Actually I am supposed to test only 1, but because of the impact I need to test 3. We need to do the impact analysis to find out how many test cases I need to retest. I will send this Excel sheet. No need to write this one. I will be sending this after class to all the people who are all here. Okay, I'm coming back to this my running notes. Let me to scroll down my running notes actually. Just scrolling down. Okay, so actually we initially build 3 released. As per the sanity testing policy, I need to do sanity testing on all builds. Every build we need to do the sanity testing. Here sanity testing is passed, then I have to start the actual testing. So Umesh is asking that how we find out is other test cases are impacted. We need to take the help from the development team. And as a tester, I don't know whether what test cases are impacted. So developers see the code and help me in identifying what test cases are impacted. So as I have told that we can be able to find out that from the design document. However, if you need the help, you can ask the development team. So which one is the best? Definitely number 2 we have to go. How about testing all the 1000? I have no time. Actually, one is fixed, 2 are impacted. One item is fixed, but 2 are impacted. So total 3 I need to retest. So if I go like this, I don't know. I think I may end up in testing all the 1000. If impact is more, I may be ending up in testing all the 1000. So my manager told me that okay, Madhu, a lot of it seems that many test cases are impacted. So let us go for all 1000 test cases retesting. Let us retest all the 1000. Okay, that is the decision taken by my manager. So I have to follow my manager. Or I have to test only the failed plus impacted only. Navneet is asking that is there any sequence of all the testing types? Yes, there is a sequence, Navneet. We will discuss about the sequence by end of the day. So it is decided that let us test all the 1000 test cases, not just the failed and impacted. Okay, now I retested. In my retesting, 950 are passed and 50 are failed. So nice. So previously 600 only passed. Previously 600 only passed. Now 95% are passed now. That's so good. Now again, I need to open the defects for 50. Failed 50. 50 are failed. So I have opened the defects. Developers fixed the defects. And build 4 is released now. Build is incremental number. Yes, now my manager told me that okay, Madhu, a lot of test cases are impacted. Let us test all the 1000. Okay, fine, no problem. I will retest. Shaima's question is that if the developers are not available, will the manager expect the tester that figure out which ones are impacted? Is it a requirement as a tester? Developers definitely available, Shaima. If developers are not there, we cannot move. We need the developers' help to find out how many are impacted. So build 4 is released here. Again, I have to do the sanity testing. Sanity testing is passed. Assume that sanity testing is passed. Now I need to, how many I need to test? Maybe this time only failed 50 plus impacted may be good. I may not need to go for all 1000 test cases. So this time my manager said that okay, Madhu, just test 50 failed plus 150 impacted. Like this, my manager told. Okay, I will follow that one. 150 are impacted, 50 are failed. I will test just 200 only instead of testing all the 1000. So we need to identify all the impacted. So overall, again I retested. I'm happy. You know, almost overall pass percentage is 99 are passed and 10 are failed. So for incremental number 990 are passed so far. That's so good. You know, third time we are about to reach perfection. It's almost we are at that level, 99% passed. Okay, 99% was very nice. In third round only we are able to get it. So even if I go for fourth round, I may get 1 or 2% extra. You know, I mean, it is difficult to get 100% immediately. It takes some time. We have to get, definitely we have to get 100%, no doubt. So for better quality of the software, we have to get 100% quality. But it is impossible to develop the defect-free software. Okay, of course, test cases may pass, but you know, bug-free software production is impossible. Nobody so far in the world developed 100% defect-free software. You know, if defect-free software is there, there are no jobs for us. You know, if some of you are aware of Hindi, if you are aware of Hindi, try to enjoy this cartoon here. You know, I like this very much. I don't know about you. Whoever is good at Hindi, please try to understand this. This a fun cartoon. Yeah, right. You know, project तो महामाया है. You know, इसलिए rework करते जाओ, error की चिंता मत करो. You know, it is highly impossible to avoid the errors. Okay, sorry, John. Okay, so what I am saying that, you know, it is impossible to develop the software without the bugs. This is one of the fun cartoon. Here I am trying to explain, in documented in Hindi. There is a language called Hindi, in that it is mentioned here. So just for fun purpose only. Now at the end we have to try to go home at 5:30. Hurry home. Always try to, I'm done for the day, let me to go home. That is our final intention. If you find a bug, just report that bug to the developer and we can go home. Okay, let us go back. Sorry about this one. If any one of you are not aware of this Hindi language, that's fine. No need to worry about this, just for fun. Okay, so I will send it to everybody, Darshan. After the class, I will send as the attachment. Please make sure that you check my running notes and material. Directly it will go to your spam folder. Please check your spam folder and try to save the material in our local machine. However, the material is there in my website. I have already uploaded all the material into the website. But running notes, it is not available in the website, so I have to send it by email only. Yeah, sometimes it go, not definitely it will go to your spam folder. Please check your spam folder. In case if you still didn't get that, please send me email. I will resend the running notes and material. So here, let us try to get the perfection. 100% test cases passed means that's good. But just test cases are passed, but bugs are still there. 1,000 test cases may pass, but there are so many bugs, hidden bugs are there. Why? Because I did not write proper test cases, or I did not apply proper error guessing techniques or boundary value analysis or equivalence class partitioning techniques. We have discussed so many things in the previous classes. Positive testing, negative testing, a lot of things are not applied to me, so that's the reason we may have bugs there. Okay, so what next? Here actually I have planned to test 3 times. So far I have tested this software 3 iterations. You see, originally here, where is my build one? Okay, 1 second. I'm scrolling up here. Okay, my build one. After build 1, what I did, I performed sanity testing, and build 2 actual testing was started, right? Build 2, I was testing 1,000 test cases. First iteration. Iteration 1, first round of testing is completed, and in first round 400 are passed. Here Anita, one question, still load testing will fail until the customer start using it, right? I mean, we don't know what it will do under load. Yes, and we will discuss about load testing in our load runner class. Maybe next week I will explain that load runner. After that, build 3, again we are testing, right? Here iteration 2, second round of testing, I did it, and here I did third iteration. As per the plan, my manager asked me to test only 3 times. Madhu, because of our budget problem, schedule problem, test this software only 3 times, not more than 3 times. 3 iterations only I have to test. So I have tested 3 times. So I have planned to test integration test cases 3 times only. Oh, what is meant by integration test cases? Let us see. No, actually we have discussed about what is meant by integration test cases, right? No, we did not discuss about integration test cases. Let us see that one. What is meant by integration test cases? Parijata is saying that what is meant by build and release. So we will discuss that Parijata after maybe end of the day or tomorrow. I will continue and explain what is meant by build and release. Sorry, here integration testing we have completed, and 3 times we are trying to do. Here Navneet, one question. Madhu, just a quick question. Is it like 3 persons have to do the same test and all of them get different defects? What will happen? Navneet, again that depends on my work allocation. On a daily basis, my lead or manager asks me, okay, Madhu, you do this one, Navneet, you do this, and Sweta, you do like this. So, or all 3 people test the same, all the 150 test cases. That depends on my work allocation. There is no hard and fast rule who will be doing what. So, in every daily meetings, our current workload will be assessed, and I will be given daily tasks or weekly tasks also. So here we are in integration testing. what exactly we are doing as a part of integration testing. What we are doing? Okay, let me to tell you one example for integration testing. What is meant by integration testing? One example, we will see that here. Divya is asking, testers will be given on a daily basis or weekly basis. That depends on the process followed in our company. Some companies give weekly work, or some companies give monthly work, or throughout the project your work will be assigned to you by your lead or manager. Or however, work assignment can be modified any time. In a day, if some urgent work came, means whatever the work given to you this morning will be cancelled, and they will assign you new or different work. We will talk more about this one in our Agile classes. Agile methodology class, I will explain you more about this, how this work allocation will happen. Okay, what is integration testing? Let us see. What is integration testing? One example we'll see here. In integration testing, what we will be doing? We'll check there may be some better explanations are there in some standard books, but let me to explain in Madhu's style. Check the data flow from one page to another. One module to another. Front end to back end, vice versa. What is this? Let us see. Okay, Walmart is a big project. Okay. This is the Walmart project. For simplicity purpose, Walmart website is divided into the multiple modules. I have so many modules are there within the Walmart, like registration module, security module, payment module, order confirmation module. Like this, so many modules are there. Within registration, I have so many pages are there. Tens or hundreds of the pages may be there within the registration module. This registration module pages are integrated with some other module. Here the small circles, whatever I am drawing, they are all the pages. These are all the pages. For example, let us talk about the payment pages. Okay, in the payment module, I have so many payment pages are there. Visa or credit card. Okay, Visa or credit card payment style. Pay by PayPal. PayPal is another web page. Or I also have bill me later. One more page, bill me later. Like this, so many pages are there within the payment module. PayPal module is developed by developer A. Developer A developed this one. Developer B developed this one Visa payment. Another developer developed this bill me later. You see, all the work should be integrated within the module. Within the module, all the pages should be integrated. Not only that, these modules should be integrated with other modules. How it is possible? By integrating the pages internally. So this kind of integration will be done by your development team. I need not to worry. I need not to worry how developers integrated. My job is that whether all this integration is tight or not. You see, they integrate this one and they are calling it as a build. They built it, the software. You know, they are calling it as build. In this build, so many pages, so many modules are available. All the pages, all the modules are tightly integrated or not. I need to check up. Okay, one page to another. Is the data is going one module to another? Is it passing front end to back end and back end to front end? Is this data is going or not? I need to check up. Okay, let me to see one example. As usual, our favorite website, walmart.com, I am trying to open. www.walmart.com, I am trying to open here. I am clicking continue to walmart.com. Oh, here I am seeing my name. You know how it is possible? Just because yesterday I did not sign out. You know, without sign out, I did not sign out yesterday. Without sign off, I closed the browser. So it remembered my user ID and password on this computer. Oh, okay. Because it remembered my user ID and password, I am able to see my name here. No, that's not correct. You know, for security reasons, it is not a good idea to do that one. We will discuss about web testing, what kind of precautions we need to take care while doing the web testing. We'll see that one. Okay, this is what? This is my landing page. This is the landing page of Walmart. As soon as I open the Walmart, I am seeing this page. So this is also called as a landing page. I have landed in this one. Here, due to some reason, my data is here. No problem. Let me go to my account. You know what happens? I am clicking my account. It's trying to open my account page. Oh, now it is asking me to log in because it found that website found that okay, somebody you know, did not sign in. Madhu did not sign in and trying to access the confidential information. Here in my account, I have my confidential information. So let me to ask Madhu to re-enter the password. You see here this value of my email ID is remembered here. That means from somewhere in the cookies it remembered my email address. We will discuss about what is meant by cookies and cookies testing. Cookies testing we will discuss in our future classes. So it remembered my cookie. Cookie means is a temporary software sitting on the client machine. We will discuss that one. Temporarily, let me to write down that information here for your understanding. Cookie is a temporary software saved on here on my client machine. We will come back to that one later. Here it is asking me to enter my password. You see here, hello Madhusudana. Again, it knows that, you know, Madhusudana is there and still it is asking me. Oh, what is it? I think this is security page. This secured one. HTTPS. Secured protocol. Previous page was different. This is a sign-in page. What is the page name? Sign-in page. Previously, I was there in the landing page. I was in landing page and this is sign-in page. But this is data. Madhusudana is the data moved from landing page to sign-in page. Oh, that's good. You know, so I need to check whether landing or, you know, home previously there was a landing page, right? That page and this page are integrated or not. I need to check up as a tester whether these two pages are integrated properly or not. So am I saying that if it is secured, will it always time out? Yes, definitely it should time out. We will be discussing about session timeout testing in our future classes. As a part of web testing, we will discuss that one, session timeout. So here I am entering my because Mamta is saying that why I need to sign in again. Because it is a confidential information I am trying to access. My account is confidential. As per the requirement document or design document, if it found that, you know, I did login long back, I have to re-log in once again. Yesterday, almost 24 hours ago, I did log into the Walmart website. Long time is gap is there. Long time gap is here. So that's why it is asking me to re-enter the password. Okay, let me to enter the password here. Then click on sign in. Oh, this is my account module. I came to my account module. This is my account. This is my account page. My account page in my account module. Oh, I think my data here also moved here. My data moved from previous page to this page. Previous module to this module. How I got this my name? Because in the database, my first name was saved in Walmart. Walmart database, my first name is saved. So it pulled the data from the Walmart database. So data moved from back end to front end. Back end means database. My back end means, you know, database is the back end. From the back end to front end. This is the front end means GUI, graphical user interface. GUI, GUI. GUI means it is pronounced as GUI, front end. This is nothing but front end. Front end means whatever I am seeing on the screen. Whatever I am seeing on the screen is called as a front end. What is back end? Database is the back end. So from the database, from the back end, this data flown from back end to front end. Yes, perfect. Okay, it's going good. Okay, now let me to go to something called order history. Let me to click order history. Here Satya is saying that, asking what is the virtual work platform. We will discuss that later, Satya. That is, I did not explain that so far. We will definitely discuss that one later. So I am in the order history. Oh, it's a kind of report, I think. This is the report module. Reports module is one kind of report page. What is the report? Report is saying that I have to see what are all the orders placed by me in the last 18 months. This is the report. Last 18 months report, I need it. Are you a good fault finder? Are you a good fault finder? Any one of you? Just please tell me what is the fault here? What is the problem? There is some bug here in this page. First timers, please try to find out any problem is, in this report, any problem is there in this report. It seems that old orders also placed here. Now 2013. Now I am in 2013, whereas 18 months orders only, last 18 months orders only I have to see here. But it's showing all the orders from 2008. It is a bug actually. It is a bug. But this bug has no severity. It is not so severe bug. Only thing is that, some kind of inconvenience to the customer, but there is no problem in terms of functionality. Walmart is a great software, great company. Walmart is a great company, but still it has some bugs here. This is a real-time bug on a live application. It is a production defect. It is a production bug. It is a production bug, but not that much of impact. Okay, Mamta is also has the same problem. Mamta did log into the Walmart and seeing the same thing, similar kind of bug. Same bug, its bug is there for everybody. If you have any Walmart account, you can find out. So here data moved from back end to front end. Back end to front end, the data came here. So I have integrated all the pages and modules. I am trying to see whether they are properly integrated or not. Here one question from Anita. The requirement could be last 18 months in case there are more orders, say 25. Last 5 orders made. Is that the requirement? I don't know. Let me to ask my business analyst. Okay. Let me to call a meeting to business analyst. What is the actual requirement? I am seeing the problem like this. Let me to get the opinion of business analyst. If business analyst says that, oh, it is a bug, yes, I can confidently fight with developers. There are some problems are there in real time. In real time, many bugs will not be fixed on live applications also, because there is not much impact. Customer may not face that much of no financial loss to the customer, no work loss to the customer. So fine, this kind of bugs are accepted. Pushpa is asking if module 1 is not developed but module 2 is ready, how can we test the data flowing module 1 to module 2? It's a good question, Pushpa. For that, we need to get the help from the developers. There is something called drivers. There is something called drivers are available. Developers try to develop some tools to test this kind of scenarios. There are something called stubs and drivers are there, stubs, skeletons, drivers are there. We need to get the help from development team for this kind of activities. Divya is saying that won't you have access to BRD all the time? Yes, all the time I have the access, but if still I have the problem, I can ask my business analyst who is readily available for me to help. These stubs, skeletons, drivers, no need to worry. If you know it, it's a bonus. Otherwise, it's not a problem. So now here I am coming back to integration testing explanation in the notepad. One page to another, one module to another, front end to back end and back end to front end. Is it happening or not? I need to check as a part of integration testing. So we have seen integration testing with one example here. Anybody, any questions here about integration testing? Okay, let us move. Now IAM is asking what is the difference between system and integration testing. Now if we understand integration, we are moving to the system now. Here now integration testing is completed. We tested it 3 times. The build is tested 3 times. Now once the planned 3 times is completed, we are moving into the system testing. Now we are entering into the system testing. This phase is over. Integration testing phase is over, completed. Now we are entering into the system testing. What is system testing? Let us see that one now. Again, what I have to do is that I will explain one real-time example here. As John said, system testing will test whole application. Complete application will be tested here. Okay, I will explain that with one example here. Now we are entering into the system testing. So to get into the system testing, what build is required? Previously, what was the build for me? Build 4 is completed, right? Build 5 is released. Now, again, build 5, I need to do the sanity testing. Again, sanity testing is required. Sanity testing is passed here. Then I have to start the system testing. Assume that there are 200 system test cases are there. Why previously 1000 test cases are there, here 200 only? So let us discuss about why we have less number of test cases in system testing and what is meant by system testing. Let us see here with one example. I am opening one document here for system testing. Okay, I think here it is. What is this? So many things are here. Okay, let me explain you this one. Let us take the example of Walmart. Same Walmart, I will explain you the system testing. What is meant by system testing here? As John said, we will be testing the whole application. That means entire application we will be testing at a very high level as a part of system testing. So this is the Walmart web server. Walmart server is there somewhere in California. Assume like this. Where is Walmart headquarters? What is the city name and what is the state and city? Anybody is aware? I think one of you are in that Walmart headquarters city. Correct, Satya. Okay. Bentonville, AR. AR means what is the state? Could you elaborate, Satya? AR means what is the state? Arkansas, not Arizona. Arkansas. We have Walmart headquarters are there. Just for our information, it's nice to know, such a companies where headquarters. Where is the headquarters of that kind of companies? Nice to know. There is a Arkansas web server is there for Walmart, and here I have a client in Chicago. From Chicago, a client is accessing the Walmart web server. Okay. Okay, let me to redo this one here. I am the client. Let me to sign out and redo it. I'm trying to sign out here from the Walmart. Here click on sign in. Okay, here this is my client machine. I am in Toronto actually, but assume that is from Toronto. I am trying to access. The Walmart server available in Arkansas. So here let me to enter my user ID. User ID is madhusudan_t@yahoo.com and my password is madhuti. If I click on sign in, what happens? The data will be submitted over the internet securely, safely, and my data is validated in the database. And if I am a valid user, that means my data is matched in the database, it will say that hello Madhusudana. Otherwise, it says that login is failed. Okay, great. My data is validated. That means my information is there in the database of Walmart. In this database, it stores the client details. I am the client for Walmart. My first name, last name, address, previous orders, everything is saved in the Walmart database. Okay, great. Now what happens? I wanted to purchase some laptop. What happens now? Okay, now today I wanted to purchase a laptop. Go to electronics and click on laptops. Okay. I am moving to laptops section. So many good laptops are available here in this laptop section. So many deals are there. Specials and top branded laptops, many things are coming up. From where this data is coming? Is it there in the database? I think this kind of data is not available in database. There may be some other software is integrated with this original software of Walmart. What is that software? Maybe something called the touch screen laptop also available, Akshita. Yeah. There is something called content management server is there. There is one more third party software called content CMS. Content management server is integrated with this web server of Walmart. So here let me to say that CMS. This server is integrated with Walmart code. Actually, the content management server is another third-party tool. This is third-party tool. This is not developed by Walmart guys. Walmart developers did not develop. Who developed it? Maybe some third-party people. This software is integrated with the software of Walmart. Here Aparajita is asking question, what is the use of server? Server is used for serving purpose. Okay, if I go to restaurant, what happens? You know, there is a restaurant is a big building. In this restaurant, there are so many tables are there. Customers are sitting in the restaurant on all the tables. So to serve the customers, we need a server. Server is required to serve the customers. From where the server gets the food? From the kitchen. From the kitchen, server gets the food. So this is the kitchen. This is nothing but database. From this database, server gets the stuff and supply to the clients. Customer cannot directly go to the kitchen. It is prohibited. We are not supposed to go directly to the kitchen. So server is required. Similarly here, a server is required to serve the clients. So this third-party software is integrated with this software code sitting on the server, and the data moved from content management server to client machine. This is my machine. This is my machine. Here I got the data, whatever I am seeing here on the screen. Okay. Let me move further. Okay, I am wanted to, yes, Shema, CMS can be anywhere. It is need not to be in the same location. Oh, tablet $79 only. Okay, its prices are slashed. Let me to see what is there in this $79 tablet. Oh, it's not there. Yeah, it is there. Sorry. $79 tablet is there. Let me to click on, let me to see this visual and brand. Okay, what are the brand? $79 is so good price. CMS is not done by developers. This is another software sold by third-party company. Okay. So it is not developed by Walmart developers. So it's saying that $79 is the price. It's saying that asking me to enter the, oh, it's saying that in stock. How it knows this? How the software knows that this this item is available for sale? The stock is available. How this come to know? Because immediately when I selected that item, this server contacted the warehouse. There are so many warehouses are there in United States for Walmart. In almost all the time zones, they have the warehouse. Warehouse is nothing but a godown. In the godown, they will try to maintain the stock, inventory. Based on the inventory level, they will instantly the software checked with all the warehouses and found that yes, stock is available. If stock is not there, it will say that, oh sorry, stock is not available. Have you ever seen that there is a message? No, sorry, no stock. No stock message. Have you ever seen in online shopping? Yes, great. You are a very good online shopper. So what happened here? It checked with out of stock whether it is stock is available or not. It found it, and actually, yeah, you are right, Chandra. Sometimes it may show the sold out messages or out of stock, this kind of thing messages. So actually, warehouse is running on. Assume that is some other software like SAP. SAP is the software. Assume that SAP software, third-party software, or Oracle Financials, or mainframes. So many other softwares are available in big companies for warehouse management. So here, this software. Here Krishna is saying that internet, sorry, I am not able to understand this one. Something is not connected in our message, Krishna. Okay, this here web server is integrated with this warehouse software. Actually, this warehouse software is developed by a different company, not by Walmart developers. Still, this software should be integrated with warehouse software. And the CMS software should be integrated with this one. And payment gateway. Yes, John, John is saying that it is always off the shelf. Right, you are right. Commercial off the shelf. We have discussed this one in one of the previous class. It is a product. CMS is a product. So this product is integrated here with the Walmart software. And here in the Walmart, here payment gateway is a third-party software again. It should be integrated. Payment gateway is separate software. Here we need to integrate this one. Okay, now let me move further. Okay, thank you, Krishna. You are using iPhone, most latest technologies. Good. Here it is asking me to enter my postal code. Let me to enter my postal code 19406. Why it is asking me to enter the postal code? Multiple purposes, to find the store or to calculate the tax. Okay, let me click on find. Okay, let me select some blue color phone and click on find. This page is loaded? No. Why this page is not loaded? Let me refresh here. What went wrong here? So let me click on back button. One 19406. And click on find. Oh, what went wrong here? Is it a bug? I clicked Aparajita, it's showing me white page. What happened here? Is correct zip code, because why I'm saying that it is the correct zip code because I lived in that postal code for more than 4 years. Okay. So after selecting the color, it is giving me some problem. Okay. 1 second. Here a couple of messages are jumped here. Sometimes by default quantity is already selected, Chandrapreet. Okay, let me do the same thing, store inventory page is that, is going to store inventory. Here this some integration problem happened here. I selected some color. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back and let me select a different item. Not the. I think there is some problem with the color. Color page is not. It's not okay. Let me select the color in the current page itself. Let me select color here itself, and let me enter postal code now, and click on find. Oh, now it seems that it's selected. That means there is a bug here. Previously there was a pop-up. This is a pop-up. In the previously also I got some pop-up, right? There is a integration problem is there with pop-up. There is a pop-up problem. Pop-up integration problem is there. This is another production bug we found today. Okay. So now let me select my nearest Walmart store, this one, North Gulf, this one, King of Prussia. So I'm clicking this as make this as my store and click on close. Navaneet is asking that, so testers in the Walmart never tested? Yes, they might have tested Navaneet, but sometimes it is unavoidable to, we cannot avoid the defects. Maybe in the Firefox latest version, it is a bug. The Walmart website is not working on the Firefox. What is the latest version of the Firefox available in the market? Okay, let me ask you differently. What is the Internet Explorer latest version available in the market? What is the latest Internet Explorer version available in the market? IE10. IE10 is there, IE10 official version, IE10. Not 11. 11 is still beta version is there. It's not yet released officially. IE10 is the latest version. What is the latest Firefox version available in the market? No answer from you. It is difficult to tell that. Okay, let me do, because every 15 days they are upgrading the browsers. I think let me click on help and about Firefox. 19.0.2 latest Firefox version available is 19.0.2. I think on this version it is not working. Maybe 19.0.1, yes, it might be working. Walmart people might tested this on 19.0.1, but not on the 19.0.2. It is not possible to test each and every page on every browser and every version. Will it work great on the Chrome? Chrome latest version, what is the Chrome latest version? I don't know. What is the latest Safari version? I have no idea. So it is impossible to test thousands and thousands of the pages on each and every browser and every platform. Why Firefox is updating very often? That is their policy. They wanted to release very frequently with the latest updates. Maybe security updates, bug fixes, or whatever it may be. Here Ante is saying that what about what happens if the software was ready but the browsers are keep on updating? Yes, we need to run along with the market, along with the industry, we need to run. That's why I'm saying that I love to have so many bugs, because we have a lot of jobs are available. Because of these kind of things, I can say that it is impossible to produce defect-free software. So cross-browsing testing is one of the area which can generate thousands of the jobs. Same software I need to test on so many browsers, so many operating systems. Is this working great on Mac operating system? Oh, Mac operating system, I don't know. I need to test. Is this working on iPhone? So let me to double check. What about Android, iPad? Oh, lot of opportunities are there for testers. If you see just Walmart, imagine how many testers are required. How many pages we need to test on so many browsers, so many operating systems, so many devices. Yes, you are right, and the developers do only once. But testers need to continuously test. Repeatedly we need to test on so many times. Oh, is it not a boring job? We have to love our job, In the given 8 hours time, whatever the task assigned to me, I have to do. That is feeding me every day, so I need to love my job. Same work repeatedly, yes. Do it again and again, yes, I have to do. Okay, now I have, what is cross browsing? Testing on the multiple browsers. Every browser you need to test. We have to, your lead will tell you what browsers you need to test. It is impossible to test on each and every browser. So Walmart may say that, if you, oh, is this software working on Yum browser? Yum browser, is it working? What is Yum browser? Oh, today there is a new company came up, Madhu browser is released. Browser name is that Madhu browser. Madhu browser, is this Walmart works? No, it won't work on Madhu's browser. Why? Because nobody is using Madhu browser. No customers are there for Madhu browser. So we need not to test on Madhu browser. Walmart company say that we never, if I call the customer support representative saying that your software is not working on Yum browser, Walmart is not working. They deny my request. Okay, sorry sir, we are not supporting Yum browser. Madhu browser we are not supporting. Oh, then what browsers we support? Maybe certain popular browsers where high traffic is there, where they based on their customers, usage, the Walmart try to test on only those particular browsers. They get the intelligence report by doing the business intelligence. There is something called business intelligence reports are available for Walmart. They find out how many customers are using Firefox, how many customers are using Internet Explorer, how many are using AOL. Like this, they get some reports. Accordingly, they try to test the software. So in my plan, as per the plan, my manager informed me on what a browser and what operating system I need to test the software. Okay. Now let me to move further. Click on Add to Cart. I am clicking the Add to Cart button, and it's asking me something called service plan. Okay, I am saying that click on Continue. I don't want any service plan. Here I have added item. Let me click on Go to Cart and Checkout. I am clicking Go to Cart and Checkout. Let me to update this as 0. 0 I am updating. Yesterday I have added Sophia. This one. This is my item. Let me click on Store Pickup and proceed to checkout. Again, for security purpose, it is asking me to enter user ID. I am entering my user ID and password here. Click on Sign in to checkout. Oh, it calculated the tax here. You see, $4.80 is the tax. How it calculated? Software calculated the tax based on my postal code. Based on my postal code and the type of the item type, it is calculated as 6% tax, 6 or 7%. I am poor at math. So in Pennsylvania, tax is around 6%. If it is in Toronto, it is 13% tax. You are right, Mamta. We have 13% tax in Toronto, but free healthcare. Very high, but free healthcare. Delaware it is 0%. 0% tax in Delaware. So that it depends on item to item, postal code to postal code. It is different. John is sharing his experience. 15% in Nova Scotia. Oh, 0%. Nova Scotia is 15%, and some other areas it is 0%. 15% in Nova Scotia. In Canada, another province 15%. So item to item, postal code to postal code, this is varying. How this will be calculated? It is impossible to calculate the tax for Walmart. Reason is that there are thousands of the items are there and thousands of the postal codes are there. So to get the help to do the tax calculation, they have integrated with another software called Fabrics. No, it may not be the Fabrics. Fabrics is one of the biggest tax calculation companies. Goods tax is calculated by Fabrics. We have integrated our software with Fabric software. Who developed Fabrics? Fabrics company, not the Walmart guys. They are getting the outsourced service. Walmart is getting the outsourced service from company like Fabrics and integrated the code developed by the Walmart. Not only that, here I can see shipping cost also. Where is my shipping cost? I will go pickup, right? Because I selected pickup, it's showing no shipping cost. If I say that ship to my home, if I say ship to my home, it shows my shipping cost also. How shipping cost is calculated? Based on my shipping cost is calculated based on my shipping agents like FedEx. FedEx is one of the software, third-party software is integrated with Walmart software. Or United States Postal Service, USPS or UPS or some other courier company. These kind of software should be integrated with this software. From where they ship it? From the nearest warehouse to my home. They need to check where is my stock and where the stock is, availability of the stock and my home. So this kind of software we need to integrate with the original Walmart software. Okay. Finally, I have placed the order. Again, let me to click on continue to place the order. I am clicking the continue button. Now the next thing is that click on continue. Okay, here some Akshita is sharing her experience. Once I compared old Navy stores both in Canada and US, one orange top in the US it costed around $20. Same top in Canada costed around $26. Yeah, you are right. That depends on so many factors, Akshita. Here Chitra is saying that what if there is a bug in Fabrics module? It's a good question, Chitra. Fabrics module, if there is a bug, Fabrics company is responsible for that. Fabrics company signed up with Walmart saying that we will take care of all tax calculation. So if any bug is there, Fabrics is responsible for that one. And the question is that even if they don't have the product in local warehouse, they have to ship it from somewhere else. Yeah, standard shipping they have to charge. Okay, so here let me to click on select some software like some payment gateway. Here it is integrated with payment gateway also. The software is integrated with payment gateway. Here Navneet is saying that if there is a problem in the tax calculation, Walmart website, then we cannot test. Yes, we cannot test. You are right, Navneet. Fabrics there is a defect. Fabrics there is a defect. Yes, we cannot proceed further. Fabrics people need to fix that one, not the Walmart guys. Walmart people will not fix it. Fabrics people will fix it. If there is a problem in the payment gateway, PayPal there is a problem. PayPal is not working. PayPal people will have to fix it. not the Walmart guys. Just we have to integrate PayPal and PayPal payment and Walmart. If any problem, third party people will fix it. So finally, assume that I placed the order, then data is saved in this my database. Purchase order 1001, purchase order 1001 is placed by Madhu on November 15th, and $1,000 is the total cost and $85 is the shipping cost, standard shipping. Some details are saved in the database. As soon as I place the order, one auto email will go to the Madhu. Madhu is the customer. One auto email should be triggered by the Walmart software, and Madhu can check in my email saying that, okay, congratulations, you have placed one order. Okay, great. I'm happy. As soon as I place the order, one notification will go to the warehouse guys. Okay, warehouse team, please pack one item for Madhu. Please ship one item for Madhu. One notification will go to the warehouse. Warehouse people make the package ready and send one notification to FedEx. Okay, FedEx guys, please pick up one item for Madhu. Then FedEx guys came to the warehouse and picked up the item in the warehouse. Then automatically FedEx guys send one tracking number to the Walmart. They send one tracking number to Walmart saying that, hey, we picked the item for Madhu. The tracking number is saved in the database. As soon as tracking number is there, again one auto email is triggered by the Walmart to Madhu saying that this item is shipped. Okay, Madhu will receive one auto email saying that the item is shipped. Now Madhu is waiting for item to deliver at my home. FedEx guys delivered my item at home. FedEx guys delivered the item. Then FedEx say that, okay, this is delivered on so and so date to Madhu. This item is delivered to Madhu on so and so date. That information is sent to the Walmart guys. That is saved in database. Due to some reason I didn't receive it. Then if I call the call center of the Walmart, they can tell that, okay, it was delivered to you on so and so date. They can give me some information. They can track it. Where is my stuff? So here in this system testing, what we did, we have integrated not only the Walmart software, just not the Walmart software. We have integrated Walmart software with many third-party softwares. Actually, the software developed by Walmart is here, but we integrated with many other softwares, CMS, Payment Gateway, Fabrics, Warehouse, FedEx, many other softwares are integrated. Behind the screens I have more than 25 softwares, more than 25 different third-party softwares are integrated in Walmart.com. But to a customer, it seems that it's only one software. If I open Walmart.com, I see that, oh, this is Walmart website. This is Walmart website. But behind the screen, so many are there. I need to test whole system, not just the Walmart software. Whole system from one end to other end I need to test. End-to-end testing. This is also called as end-to-end testing. One end to another end. Complete flow, data flow I am testing by integrating multiple softwares. So system testing is also called as end-to-end testing. So Aparajita is saying that there won't be any difference in writing the test cases for integration testing and system testing. Yeah, in system testing we need to consider so many other softwares, not only just the Walmart software. Other software also we need to keep in mind and try to write the test cases. Tomorrow I will give you some homework about writing test cases for system testing. Now today we are already running out of time. Tomorrow we will continue on this one, and I will give you homework. Anybody, any other questions? Here Anta saying that Santa has some question. System testing is like making a movie. Yeah, you are right. We see only actors on screen. Behind that there are directors, assistant directors, music directors, so many things. Yeah, you are right. I like this one. And Divya saying that in end-to-end testing, won't other hardware like network and communication also considered? Yes, we have to consider that also. Navneet, tomorrow can you give another example of end-to-end testing? Yes, I will give one more example, Navneet, and I will ask you to write the homework for that end-to-end testing or system testing. I will give one more example, and that is your homework for tomorrow. It's same as end-to-end testing and system testing, both are same. I am sending the videos to all the people. If you log into my website, definitely you can be able to get all the previous class videos. If anybody need it, please log into GSS software, GSS website. Yesterday I explained how to log into that one. You need to register there at free of cost. You register and you can get all the previous videos. Okay, let me to stop recording.